Now, everyone is saying that the world's falling right now. Banks are falling. This thing still says, if you're a long-term holder of Bitcoin, keep holding. So if you want to be a success, go quiet. You don't have to prove anything to no one. You don't have to tell anyone that you even started trading, because they're going to just sit there and say, oh, it's a scam, it's suckers. They're going to turn you against your own vision. They're going to turn you against your own self. You need to get rid of them completely and go quiet. There's been many times in the journey I've wanted to quit. Get yourself out there, put yourself with the right people, and don't give up, guys. We're doing so much more than just learning how to make money. We're creating a beautiful story, and we're giving people hope, and we're giving people inspiration. And let me know what you guys are thinking about the lesson. You guys make me very happy. Look at that. It's the real shit. Is it better? I had to shift the lighting. We've had to move everything. We're still in Miami. We're still in Miami one more day. I leave in the next 2 hours. It's been an incredible journey, meeting everyone, getting myself out there. Since we, had the little one and been building the family, I haven't been getting out much when it comes to these sort of things. And again, I think the biggest way I want to start this is, firstly, what's up? How are we doing? How's the day? Secondly, guys, me getting myself out here, I discovered a really cool part of myself again, which was something that was, it meant a lot to me. And it's weird how these trips and these journeys come probably at the right time. I started to understand why I'm still doing this, and to get that energy back. I got to meet so much of the family and so much of the Banter community. And I got to hear the stories. I got to hear the human side of everyone. And there's some incredible people within this community. What it gave me again was, this journey hasn't been easy, guys. Coming from being a carpenter and this 3 years ago, this has been a crazy journey that I didn't know it was going to be crypto. I didn't know I'd be running a school one day. I never knew I'd be hosting shows. I've sort of been in robot mode at times to get through it. And I think it's just taken me some time to understand this journey. This trip meant a lot to me to get to connect again, and just to understand why I work my ass off every day and why I want a better life for you guys. And you're going to see the good and bad of me throughout this whole journey, but you're going to see a true human that's trying to make it. And as much as it gets hard at times, and it's not always the easiest, I'm never going to quit. Seeing the love this weekend and seeing people see me for me, and not just this person that wants to help everyone make money, which I do, but not just this direction of Bitcoin. Just seeing the real Sheldon has meant a lot to me. And I just want to give you guys the biggest message out there. When you're feeling lost in that, get yourself out a little bit and just zoom out. We speak about the charts and we speak about all of that. I was so zoomed in for a very long time. And this week I got to zoom out, and I got to have good people around me, and I got to get my spark back of why I'm doing this. And I should not quit. There's been many times in the journey I've wanted to quit. Get yourself out there, put yourself with the right people, and don't give up, guys. We're doing so much more than just learning how to make money. We're creating a beautiful story, and we're giving people hope, and we're giving people inspiration.
Now, guys, the demand for Sniper School is insane. It's a huge success. Now, there are 3 steps you need to take in order to book your spot and guarantee access to the course. Step number 1 is you need to open an exchange using one of the Sniper School links below. Step number 2, you need to deposit $100 or more. This is money that you get to trade with. Then you have step number 3, where you need to register for Sniper School, put in your user ID, which you'll get from the information section on your exchange. Once you have put that in, you'll then guarantee your spot and you'll be able to start the course. Guys, book your spot. The demand is absolutely insane with Sniper School right now. It's an incredible success, and I can't wait to see you. Register, get into the school, and I'll see you all at the first live event.
I love you guys, and thank you for all the chats, for everything. And I'm just so grateful to re-spark my heart again in what I do. You guys know it hasn't been easy with the bear market, and it hasn't been easy that I'm trying to make everyone money. And at times the market's not giving us money, but I'm there all the time. And I will keep putting my heart into it. And soon everyone will see. They've already seen my growth. They've already see how I'm building. Guys, my face was at Bitcoin Miami. My face was there. It's what is this? What is this world? Everyone recognized Sniper School this trip. It was the best stand. It was the biggest stand. This was just something that was absolutely incredible to see and overwhelming. But guys, I'm grateful. So I just wanted to start us off with, I'm grateful. Don't give up. Stay with me on this journey. Gonna have my ups and downs, but I'll never quit on every single one of you. And I'll be here always. And I'm just trying to lead by example, to ignite what's inside of you. You all have it in you in all different ways. and use my story to keep fueling yourself, if that may be, because I'm just here to show you that it's possible. So I love you guys. We're out of that now. Whew. Let's get into the actual, the content and everything. Thank you guys for all the messages. I see all the amazing messages. I appreciate it, guys. Even the connections with Major, like, we're about to go incredibly large. Like, where it's going, I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, what's happening? But it's all coming true. A dream is coming true right now, and we're about to change the whole entire world. You like the champagne? Yeah, we gotta have a little bit of champagne to celebrate. I just want to celebrate this trip. After this, I've been vlogging, guys. I don't know if you've seen on the personal channel. I've been vlogging, like, I've been on cameras every step of this journey. And I think straight after this, these cameras come down, and we're just gonna just cheers and just relax a bit. How are we feeling? I'm strong, guys. Someone said stay strong. Thank you for that, firstly. But I'm filled up, like, I found myself again. So I'm happy. I'm strong. I'm good. And having you guys here again, I jump on, and here's people that want to be with Sheldon. Like, you guys feel me. You guys keep me going. So, guys, are we ready for cohort 5, week number 2? This is where we're going to start talking about businesses. This is where we're going to really start wrapping your mind. Yes, Grant.
No, man, I was just saying, let's go, bro. Let's
Amazing. Mama Sniper, I miss you, Mom. How's things there? Are you holding the fort without me? Like, what's going on? I feel like I've been out of there for a while. How are you, Mom?
No, I'm good. I got your little daughter with me tonight. She's staying with me tonight. Nice. So I'm giving your wife the night off.
Thank you.
So if you see me disappearing from the screen, it's because I've got, I need to attend to little Baba. But now I've got her with her. We're all good. Everybody's good this side. We're missing you. We can't wait for you guys to get home. Just travel safe. And we'll see you on Thursday, because you've got 2 days of traveling to get back home, man.
2 days of crazy travels.
You must be so tired, my child. Like, really.
Yeah, I'm pushing through. Let's go.
I give you the weekend
it's only
off.
It's only love that's driving me right now.
You got the weekend off.
I got the weekend off. Thank you, Mom. And how's your trading been, Mom? I think that's a big thing we're going to speak about today, because I also want to speak about, where the market's at. We're actually in a good range. I kind of feel trading will go really good in the current phase that we're at, waiting for Bitcoin to make, there's no like clear direction right now. And the market's ranging. And I think this is such a good time for everyone now to trade this current market and not be afraid to take those first steps. Guys, in the chat there, how many of you are afraid to start, or how many of you are afraid to trade right now? Like put that in the chat. I'm afraid, or I'm like, you don't know, like, it's let me know how you're feeling. Definitely scared. Now, this is what we're going to focus a lot within this episode, guys, is to get rid of that scaredness. When I was speaking about these stories, guys, many people, I'm afraid, no fear, good. But that comes with time. That does come with time. But there's a lot of people that are afraid. And I think this is something we got to speak about too. I met some of the community members, and this is this one guy, incredible. Like 3 years ago, he lost his daughter, and a year later, he lost his wife. And I don't understand how someone could like even continue going through something like that. And he was so afraid of his own success and what to do next. And I'm so proud of this man, because he started watching the show, and the show became his family. It became this something to have purpose every single day. And he was always afraid to trade, and he was always afraid to do these things. And it's crazy, through all that hurt and all that feeling inside of him, he decided to try, and he started to try with the very little, and he decided to dedicate himself to it. Using that, many of you have bad days. Many of you are not in the mental state, but you got to use that power to make something different, right? What does Einstein always say? You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And this man took the step, and ever since, he's changed everything for him to have purpose. I don't think you'll ever replace it, ever. But ultimately, he's become an incredible trader by taking that step. And the message I'm trying to say from that is, you all go through these daily struggles, and you all go through these things that are tough. And I want you to use that exact moment to make the shift. We got to stop being afraid. I'm with you. I was afraid too. I was very terrified to enter the space and to even think that I would create a space in this. I was terrified to jump in front of camera of you guys. Like, I was terrified. I'm still terrified. I was terrified right before this call. I was sitting outside with my headphones, and I'm like, I'm nervous. I feel like throwing up every time I jump on here. And you got to learn to use that afraidness to get going. Use that as fuel. It's a very, very big thing, guys. What I want to spend a lot about this is, I'm going to be speaking about the markets now. And I believe this is a great market for you to get rid of that scaredness. And I want to speak a lot about that too. And then I also want to speak about obviously the businesses and understanding truly what you want from crypto. And I asked you guys the questions last week. What do you really want from crypto? Or just the week before? What are you trying to create here? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of that and we're going to put it on a board. We're going to say, what is the priorities to all of that? Where do we start? I want to make it bite-sized for you so that it's achievable. Not that you can't achieve all of it. It's in your mind. I want you to believe that you can achieve it. And if I got to break it down to step for step so that you can believe each step is possible, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to help you with. Some people can drive through them quickly, but a lot of people are their own worst enemies. They stop their own success and they do these things because as soon as something gets uncomfortable, they stop. Why do majority of people stop trading? Trading taught me everything that I know about myself. The reason why I fell in love with trading and technical analysis was because it showed me all of my flaws. It showed me the truth. It showed me where I sucked. It showed me where I was greedy. It showed me where I was fantastic. It was like a pure reflection of me as a person. And a lot of people don't like that. They're afraid of the truth. So as soon as the truth gets recognized, I'm not good enough for this thing, they stop and they quit and they get out of it because it gives you the exact answers that you need to hear. And I need you guys to start looking at this now and start really saying, okay, I'm going to listen to what you're saying. You're going to tell me the truth of where I'm good and where I'm bad, but I'm finally willing to accept it and finally willing to work with it on this journey. And the day you start doing that, you start loving yourself and you start working with yourself on the journey, it starts unwrapping in beautiful ways where you first start to connect with the right people. You know, they say your success is driven by the people that are around you. How do you attract those people? It's by getting rid of these fears and understanding that I'm ready to do that. All of a sudden, you start attracting the people that are not afraid to do that. They start bringing it out in you. I didn't know I was going to meet Ron. But one thing I did know was when I was broke, I sat and I studied rich people. And I said, okay, these are pros and cons to each of them. Warren Buffett was insane. Like what he built was incredible. But he was in an office his whole life and he had no family life. And I was like, whoa, like I want to have that success, but I need to be with my family. Like that's my goal. And when I lost my dad, I realized what is my true currency? It's the time with the people that I love. So when I discovered like, whoa, okay, so I can become rich and I can really have the freedom that I want. You know, this is the life that I'm building. And I studied so many of these rich guys and I took these pros and cons and I'm like, this is the person that I want to be. Then what I did is the next morning I woke up and I am that person. Now, what I meant by that is I do have millions in my account. I look at my account, that's not there. But in my head, I'm like, I have that money. I'm rich. Why? Because when step 2 comes, when you do make success of your life, then what? Remember, that's a different step and that's different rules and it's different things that are going to come your way. If you can already be in your mind now of where you're at and where you want to be at, when it comes, I am not surprised. I'm very like overwhelmed to see my face, but I'm not surprised that my face is Bitcoin Miami. I'm not surprised that next year I'll be on the main stage representing Crypto Banter, representing Sniper School, representing who we are. Like I'm not surprised when it comes to that. And that's all that I want you to do is to put yourself at where you're at. Because when that comes, it's going to change things. When money comes, fakeness comes, fake people come. Like know what you truly want to be when it comes so that you don't have to go bump your head again. And another thing that's incredible is the first step is always the biggest step. You'll literally see how the big step is number 1, then it's a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. That's when you start getting the sayings of the rich get richer. No, the rich get richer because they got through step 1 and step 2 was smaller and step 3 was smaller. But what you got to understand too, and this is something that I'm going to be writing soon, and this trip gave it to me again. I'm writing something called Life is a Chart. It's something where you can literally chart your life and you can literally chart all these ways of happiness. And when money comes over here and we have a bull flag and it breaks up there, oh, it starts to make my happiness chart break to the downside and it forms this. And when money comes in here, I don't look after myself, or I do, but only when there's money. And then when there's no money, I stop looking after my health. I stop doing this. Like it starts to teach you the value of what this all basically is. I want you to use the skill beyond crypto. I want you to use the skill to track your own journey and to understand what you want to be and to prep yourself when it comes. Each step does get smaller, but each step does come with new rules and a new system. Remember what I spoke about, that we are building a business, and I want to bring this straight back to the business mindset. This is what I love about this. Do you see how much it taught me about life, how it taught me about all these journeys and all these different things? But in a business, what do I teach you? I teach you if you got $400 or you got $1,000 and you got to focus on making it 1,000 to 2,000 first. That's step one, guys. It's the hardest step ever. Is that afraidness? It's all these things that are happening right now. Step one is the hardest. So I'm attaching a time frame that is realistic to get me from step one to step two. And I build that system. What do? I put a training journal, I put a rule system, I put that all in play. And all I have to do for that entire step is follow that system. In that time, I'm already starting to mentally prepare from 2000 to 4000. I'm already starting to get myself, when I get to 2000 to 4000, don't juggle it. And what does that mean? Many will compound and it will get to 2000. What's going to happen with you mentally when you get to 2000? I'm going to hold this thing all the way to 4. I'm going to skip step 2. Like, why must I do step for step? It's when we get there, I can ride this thing. It will go. And the day you do that is the day you go straight back to support. Life's a chart, right? As soon as you start to change your mind when you get there, it starts to fall down. But now what you've done is I'm taking 1000 to 2000. That's step number 1. You've put in the system. What is that system yet again? It's this basic system. What is that system? It's very much this basic system over here. I have the system to get to step 1. And what have I done? The purpose of it, the business, the roadmap, I've been through this. Amazing. The time frame, the token that I'm doing to get there, the direction of the market, and the 4-step method. Amazing. I got a rule system, a training journal, and a trading team along the thing. That's all I have to worry on from step 1 to step 2. But in my mind, I already know when I finish that step 1, I have to get out. Once I get out, I got to rebuild the business from 2000 to 4000. So while you've set up this step 1, you're rolling it, guys. You're in it. You're watching the show. You're doing a simple system and you're taking the trades. You got to get rid of the fearness. If you're fearful, you need to take $10 and you need to go. You need to shoot out of this fearfulness and believe that you can actually do this. Set up that system and ride it. Once you're riding that, I'm already building 2 to 3, the next step that takes me from 2000 to 4000. So that when I get to the 2000, I can start. I've already set it out how I'm going to do it. I've already set out the time frame. I've already set out all these different things so that when I get there, I'm not a step behind. Otherwise, guess what? I'm going to get there unprepared, and then I'm going to bump my head and bump my head and bump my head. We are our own worst enemies when it comes through these things. So I want to just take you back again and to understand that all you have to do within a business is to have the full purpose of it, to have a charting system and to have a risk management system within that business. And that's it. The second thing, again, is understanding the type of business. It's a time frame business or it's a recurring business. Business that needs to bring in the same amount of money every month, or it's a business that has a time purpose. Now, guys, this means at any time or any single moment you go anywhere in life, you can create a business for anything. We want to go have champagne right now. Amazing. I can sit, I can look at the charts now, go to the 1 hour, I'll make the champagne. And it's the power of understanding of how you can create and how you can start to think differently. Now, I want to remind you again that you need to, by the time you end sniper school, you need to have all of this set. This business model that I've set over here, you need to understand. You need to have all of this set. I need you to know every single one of these. Okay. You're going to then take a priority list and what it basically is. I just need you to have all of these systems. Now, I want to remind you again, if we jump back into the chart, you need to understand how the timeframes work. I've given you the basic views, right, of what they are, the data they give you. Amazing. You can attach this to your life. But remember, you need to understand how to use this. So what it means is every once a month or once a week, you need to update this data. You need to always know what this market's offering you, and you need to be relevant with the market. That's how you stay above it. People fall behind within the market. And that's why I'm saying that if you look at all of these timeframes, you can see the trades that they're giving you. Now, what I need to really work out is what percentage of the range that they're giving me on each of these actual charts. So if we jump back over here, we look at this very simply. Let's jump into any coin. Let's actually do Litecoin as an example. And now I got my different time frames and I have my stochastic RSI. And what I'm able to do is I just want to take from top to bottom every time, and I want to calculate the last 5 to 6 trades on this time frame. What it's going to give me is it's going to give me 20% here, 10% there, 15%, 12%, but it's going to give me an average. And what's good about this, guys, is as this starts to shift and it starts to do different stuff as the market wakes up, that data is going to be updated. So it means if you're tracking now, for example, I'm looking at from here and I'm looking at the last 6 trades, right? And I'm just using this as an example now. Let's say these were my last 5 or 6 trades. There we go. Fantastic. So now I have an average of what this coin has done within the last few days. Okay. So I know what this time frame offers me. And I know, okay, this thing's offering me currently a trade every 2 days, and it's offering me 10% per trade to the up or the downside. Then it starts to shift, because what basically happens after this is you start to get new data. And as the new data comes, and let's say, for example, this starts to do this, boom, 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 boom. It starts to really move to the upside. This starts to move relevant with it. And all of a sudden it starts to move and you start to see, whoa, this is becoming a very powerful time frame. So in the beginning, it was offering you 10%. That's amazing. All of a sudden now your 4 hour is offering you 25% per trade. And then the 8 hour that you were focused on is actually offering you lower. And what it's trying to say is, why are you working so hard when there's a time frame that's offering you something so much easier with your life? And you know what's beautiful about that too? It's probably going to come at the right time where you're supposed to spend some time with yourself or with your family or anything like that. That time frame, the right one will come. So by me understanding what the 4 hour does and understanding that range, then the 8 hour, firstly, I understand how to match it with my life. But it's also going to be honest with me, because think about it. When Bitcoin pumped in the beginning of the year, guys, what was the best time frame to trade? Was the daily, right? Because we were on the 4 hour trying to get in and out. Bitcoin ran from 16,000 and in 3 months, it literally went to $30,000. You would have nearly doubled your money alone within Big Daddy. But the problem is we in the 1 hours and we in the 4 hours. But if you had that data and that data gets updated as it goes, it will show you correctly that, yes, we understand that you have time to trade every day, but the daily is the best time frame to trade. And in that time, guess what? You're making just as much money, but now you have more free time to focus on the rest, right? Maybe it'd be the gym, maybe it'd be this, but all I'm trying to say is start listening to what's in front of you and start understanding that it's all painting a picture for you to match your life and match your journey. So all you want to do is you just want to update your data. Now, remember the very basic system, guys. You want to take this stochastic RSI, and let me make it big for you here. There we go. And all that you want to do is you want to take the last 6 trades from here to here to here, take it when it's above 90, 95, and at the bottom below 10. And all you're doing is calculating the range of those trades and the amounts of trades that's being offered in this specific time. You don't have to go all the way back. You just want to take 5 to 6, even up to 8 different trades, and you want to get an average. And what you'll get is you'll get the price action on the chart, right? And you want to calculate not the exact top and bottom, guys, just the area of where this crossed for the first time. Where would you have possibly sold? Remember, we got tools, trend lines, Fibonacci's. These are things to get the exact buy and the exact sell. It was more about understanding what that time frame is offering you on each and every single one. So you want to use this basic view that if it crossed above 95, this would have technically been my get out area. And if it crossed over here, this is what it would have been. And there would be 1 loss, 1 or 2 losses, and there would be 6 wins. And that's already showing you the power of stochastic RSI. If you use a stochastic RSI, you're probably getting 7 out of 10 correct, profitable trades. It may not be, it may be 2, 3%, 10%. Like the stochastic will get you at least 60 to 70% win rate. And that with a risk to reward is already a very powerful strategy. I want to remind you again, you jump to this monthly chart and you just trade the monthly, you're going to make a killing. If you're someone that's conservative with money and you're afraid, you still want to learn the skill, but you got money that you really need to make something happen right now, this is it. You jump to that monthly and you have this very much basic system over here. It is so simple for you to trade Bitcoin. Anywhere when it starts to get above 75, start preparing to sell. 85 to 90, start dollar costing out of the market. The only time you're rebuying your Bitcoin back is when we get to these areas. Below 25, do you see how simple this is? Anyone can do this. You just go to your stochastic on the monthly, and you do this on Bitcoin, you do this on Ethereum, and you do these things, and you understand what this basically means. When it gets here, I start getting ready. Only once it's below 15 or 10, I start getting in. When's the time I get out? When this is on its way out. Now, everyone is saying that the world's falling right now. Banks are falling. This thing still says, if you're a long-term holder of Bitcoin, keep holding. It's still saying that very clearly. Yes, inside of you, you're going to say, oh, it's not, it's this, it's that. This indicator is saying there's still time. And then we're getting to an area later on in the year where it is time to be getting out and it is time to protect whatever your asset may be. May this be Bitcoin, because you're going to have long-term businesses that your base is Bitcoin. All that means is as this starts to get here, start shifting as much as possible into your main asset. May that be Bitcoin, may that be anything. But now look at this. That's literally showing there would have been 1 short, okay, from these areas over here, and there would be 1 long. You'd basically be 2 trades in the last 2 years. 2 trades in the last 2 years. Now, what would that have meant on the actual charts? And this is the crazy thing. Just get rid of this over here. There we go. Look at that. This thing would have got you out in the first bull market, guys. Remember the first one? Yes, we had a higher high after that. Amazing. But this thing would have got you out here. Right there at the top, literally the top. Let me just clean this chart up here a little bit for you guys so we can see it a little bit better. Amazing. And let me just get rid of the drawings for now. There we go. Okay. So what you would have seen is this thing would have literally got you out in the, it would have told you that the second one is fake. Guys, how incredible. How incredible the tool here. It would have told you, no, don't buy into this one. Look at that. It told you there. No, RSI is still here. It's not in the buy area. No. And all of a sudden, we entered low. Now look at this. No indicator is perfect. You got to understanding what the indicator is. Why do I say the indicator only below 15%? Because when it gets below 20, it doesn't always do exactly that big pullback. This indicator is very good when you're below 10 and when you're below 15. I know that now. Other people are going to think 20. No. I've studied this thing and I understand where it's really good. And look at where the big drop actually started to happen. When it only just crossed the 20. You see now I start to understand, okay, amazing. And then it starts to get to the 10, 15. And that's these areas over here where it said would have been dollar costing. And you would have been dollar costing throughout this whole area over here. You'd be just above break even right now as things stand. But you're at the bottom phase. And by the time that this left off here, your positions were already filled in. What are you waiting for now? Now you are waiting for the areas of when to start preparing, when to start moving through. But you see how I understand the monthly. Look how huge the monthly range actually is. And look here, guys, this is the beautiful thing. Why I said above 85, above 90, and the cross in those stochastic RSIs. This one here, it would have told you were just below. It wouldn't have happened, the cross. This thing would have told you to hold here and keep holding. And that's the thing. So the more you can start to understand your very simple tool, the fact that you know that the monthly is so powerful right now, this is the only RSI you have to study. How good can you get off the previous data by just understanding this simple RSI? Any other time frame, any other tool, whatever it may be, you can literally just study what this chart's giving and look at the range that this coin has given. From here, this is Bitcoin. Where this indicator said here was the dollar costing zone, you literally saw 3,000% from Bitcoin. After that, where it told you to get out, you would have literally seen 80% to the downside. So what that means is if you put in a Bitcoin over here, okay, and you rode this all the way up to the upside, you would have got out around 50K, okay? Then you would have bought back, you'd be sitting on 203 Bitcoin now. And guess what? You're in the same range to do it again. What does that mean for you if this happens again? If this all of a sudden decides to hit this road, where this starts to hit this up here, let's say we even just go back to the top, right? You had $60,000 because you had one Bitcoin. All of a sudden, because you just focused on a very simple indicator and you dollar cost and you farmed this area over here, now you're sitting with 2.5 Bitcoin. Now this goes back to the same area. Now remember, people hold. If you held your Bitcoin, you would have made 60K and now you'd be sitting on 27. That's it. You'd still be in profits, but you'll be at 27 now. But by you following the system, if this just goes back to all-time high, firstly, you're sitting with double to triple Bitcoin, which is huge. But your price, your value over here would be sitting up to $140,000 to $150,000. Where if this guy that just held it through, he would still be worth 60 by the time it gets there. Someone now that sits here and be like, oh, wow. So you're telling me I don't have to learn how to trade. You're telling me I can look at making 200, 300% gains within, like if I show you altcoins, it's way crazier. Okay. But you're telling me I can make this with only trading once or twice a year. Is there someone in the chat right now that can suit their lifestyle? That they happy with that? Because what are you trying to do? Some people have $1 million right now for crypto. They do, but they only need 3. Because if they have 3, they can retire. They can buy the house that they want and they can chill. Amazing. So attach us to that and that's it. You are happy with the result. You're happy with what it brings you. Now you got a guy that's got $100 and he's like, okay, this won't work for me right now. But if I can build that 100 to 100,000 and then jump to this, then it can work for me. So all you want to do is just take what would my previous trades have offered me, where I would have gotten in, where I would have gotten out. What are the percentages on all the time frames? Okay. So take your stochastic RSI, draw some lines, and remember, make your trading view your friend. It's your friend and it's your drawing board. So anything here, you make a colored line, you say what it may be, then you go here and you save it. So you go to templates and you say save as. Okay, so at any point you want to draw this in the system, it's already saved for you. You can see here, I can click it and it already looks the way it does and the way I want it to be. And start to formalize this. If you want this to be even more accurate, I'll be running this to the 90 to the 92%, that little range over there. Okay, because that's where it's really getting to the tops, really getting to the bottoms. And same here. If you can catch it right there at the bottom, even better. But now what you're doing is you're setting, okay, whoever you may be, John, anyone. Okay, John, in my head. Amazing. Here's my system. Whenever I cross this line, I start deploying out. Whenever I cross this line, I start deploying in. And you just follow that very simple system. Guys, this is your gold. This is your big portfolios. These are things that are going to make you a lot. Because if I show you over here, and let's jump to something as in Ethereum, right? Which I still think is a very amazing coin to trade and a great coin to focus on. Okay, let's look over here from the last 2 cycles when it came to this. Firstly, you now start to understand that the monthly gives us probably one of the biggest secrets about patience, okay? Because it teaches you that every time the RSI comes down, it always lags. What it means is it spends time there. So what does that mean in your head? It means, okay, so the market has a big pullback and then it goes sideways for a while, okay? And you see how people don't know that. They don't understand. That's why many people have been buying this bear market in every single dip. Me, myself, we didn't know it was going to take this long, okay? But this indicator told us that all along. And the same thing to the upside. When it really starts to make its way and starts to really push to the upside, it spends time there. It spends down to the downside. Now, what I need you to understand too is these indicators are there to protect you and work with you, right? And they're not always going to be the exact top, the exact bottom, but you're going to win for the next 5 to 10 years all the time. For example, when this finally got up to the 95, Ethereum was only hitting these areas over here. And this would have been your dollar costing out zones. So you would have been getting out early and it would have went even more, okay? But ultimately, it would have got you out in this whole area over here of up to $3,500 and it would have told you to be buying back at 1,000. And what you don't realize about that is you never caught the $5,000 high of Ethereum. You didn't. But through this period over here, you farmed double the Ethereum, which was huge. You got out at a great area, making a lot of dollars and getting a lot more Ethereum. And what that results, again, by going back to $5,000 again, is now you're sitting on double the results that you would have just by sitting on it. But you want to look at the percentages. Where did it tell you to get into Ethereum for the first place? So yes, you would have gotten out at 2,000 a little bit. And you would have got out to the areas of the 2,500, the 3,000. Amazing. Okay. What you got to understand is where did you get in? You would have got in at $50. This is where you would have got in, right? Where's it telling you to dollar cost? So telling you to dollar cost here, $300, 150, 100. There we go. There's your average. You come out of the average of $100 entry on Ethereum. You're selling at 2,000. That's a 20x, guys. That's a 20x. And right now, all that money you're sitting with now, you would have been dollar costing straight back in these areas over here as it was coming down. And you're starting to understand the power of zooming out and understanding the cycles, right? And all these sort of things. So this monthly is teaching us a huge thing, and it's taught me everything. For this next bull cycle, I am so ready. And that's why I believe that a bull cycle is already happening. When I'm sitting and saying, I believe it's alt season, because I believe it's alt season. Why? Because the indicators are showing so. We have had the last 3 runs in Bitcoin, okay? And this is why I've stuck so hard to my guns this year. The last 3 runs in Bitcoin have done the exact same accumulation, exact same time in these areas, and the liftoff. And when the real gains came, is something like this, okay? Let's paint the picture. So here we go. We sat here for a little while over here. Now, I'm not guaranteed this is going to come back at any moment. This could literally go here. Boom, boom. Amazing. Goes up here. I can then hit another downside. This can come back to the thing and then hit again. Double whammy, right? These sort of things. Or I can literally go up here and hit, can literally come here now, come down, come all the way back down, right? Now, the thing is, and this is what's beautiful about it, look how it did it this time. It would have got you in here. This was not an exit. This is why I'm saying 90 to 92, you got to zoom in and see exactly where's that critical spot. I'm here showing you the very simple method. You got to go in there and be like, this is the exact area where it was very accurate. If I went in at 83, it was getting me out too early. You got to use the last cycles as examples. But if I use this thing at 92%, which it only hits every 2 years, I get the exact top areas or I get the exact zones. And this for me will accumulate me a lot of dollars to the upside, and it will at least double to triple my Bitcoin every time we go into a bear market. And that's the thing. I'm not promised that this is going to go back over here. So when I said I'm getting in and I believe it's bull market start over here, because the rally only comes later. Where did the bull market start with Bitcoin, guys? Right there. This is where the bull market actually began. Everyone thought it started here. No, it didn't. This RSI only left here and it only broke out this area over here. This is where the bull market started. The result only came at the end. And when we get to the end is when it happens fast, and that's when you're offloading. And that's the same thing here. You paint that same picture. Bitcoin's probably looking at doing something like this. I think it goes personally, I think it goes a little bit higher to where we are now. I do think it has another little dip off to around the 30s to the mid 20s. And then I think from here, we start to go. And I'm starting to understand the package of where we got in over there. And I understand that, yes, we will have a little bit more of a pullback, but where I've just built this entry, where I've just built everything now, I'm in the bull market. Nothing has shown me that I'm not in the bull market. And guess what? If this does decide to go here, fantastic. You are lucky. You are lucky if it does go there to get your monthly entries. But this thing was telling you that through June last year, all the way to January this year, buy. And by the time it exited this area over here, it was saying be in. And now this business is rolling. Okay. And now you're sitting and say, oh, Sheldon, so you're telling me the monthly, so like if I never got in now, does that mean I can't run this business right now? For now, the monthly business you can't run. Okay. You can't. It's the honest truth about it unless this goes back here and you need to stick to that. But you can run the weekly business because the weekly business is slightly a little bit less time frame. So what I mean by that is the monthly business is trading once or twice a year. And you missed that. You missed the boat. It's the truth of it, and you have to swallow that pill. Now, that doesn't mean it's over for you. It doesn't mean that there's no business to run right now. Now you got to jump to the weekly. And what this means is amazing. You missed the perfect zone to get the very, very high time from accumulation. But now you're at the zone where you got to trade twice a year. So the other one was 2 times every 2 years, 3 years. Now you're looking at twice a year. And it's still just as powerful. The only difference is now it's showing you that I'm going to give you a little bit more zoomed in data to make sure that you are ready at any moment this market shifts, because you never got the perfect entries. You're entering a little bit later. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more just so that you can see the detail that if anything shifts at any moment, like what is it showing for Bitcoin right now, guys? If you look at this chart, and I'm talking a normal, simple person looking at this, all I need is this right now. It's all I need to know where Bitcoin is on the high time frame. Firstly, we're above the big MA, which is huge. We've started a pullback, guys. But all that I see is for the first time, I see a higher high. This is really big, really good. So the RSI at the moment is correct. Secondly, I saw it start a pullback. What has this created for my RSI? Look where this thing's getting, guys. If we hold that moving average over there, and we get this RSI to the downside and we make a higher low, it's go time. It's go time to get your entries. And what did it mean for the last time that this happened? It basically meant from here, the last entries you would have held from November. Guys, no one was buying in November. Look at this weekly over here. Look at where this thing literally crossed. Bitcoin was 17K. $17,000 was the last time this indicator said buy. Okay. And look where it would have got you out. It would have got you out to the 20, 30K area. And now guess what? Coming straight back down to the zone over here. You hold the moving average and it's telling you that it is time to get in. Okay. Amazing. Now, what is it telling you secondly? It's telling you secondly that you're getting in, but you may not hold this as long as what you thought just yet because you never got the original entries. So what it means is last time you would have bought in November and you would have sold around March. And that means the same thing. If this comes down over here, because remember what I showed on the monthly where we can have a double whammy. It's showing you get in now within June and you're probably out within October. And that's the power of understanding that, whoa, okay, I missed the one, but at least you're honest with yourself that you missed it. Now you want to go try prove yourself right and try to say, oh, no, I don't agree with that. The month is just going to go up. Like, guys, the chart will never lie to you. But there is a business ready for you to go right now. And in the next week, be ready. Because if you miss this business and all of a sudden you have this one going up, all of a sudden this business goes up, guess what? 2 of your businesses are out of business right now. You can't create. This one is already here. Too late to get that business. Second one, this one's over here. Too late to get that business. Then you got to wait 4 months just to start your weekly business again. Do you see how you can read all of them and know when to deploy what sort of business? If you're running a weekly business, it means it's something that you're accumulating. This is something as in a house, something as in a car, something that you can accumulate over a year or two to make. Taking a certain amount of money and you're saying that this is what I want it to be. And it's something bigger, something that I don't mind waiting 2 years to get. This is the exact perfect time frame to do that. But if you don't time it right and start your business in the right time, you've missed it. And you can only start that business in 3 months when it's ready again, because this has got to go up. It's got to go all the way back down. Then you can only start that business again. You see how it's just about being honest. So for any of you guys that are saying, okay, I want to build a business over the next year or two, and this is the business that I want, I don't mind waiting for that money. Be ready for this weekly, because maybe the price still continues down, but when this gets there and it gets to the areas of exiting, deploy that business and get it rolling. Otherwise, if you try any shortcuts of deploying it later, the market will always teach you and someone will make your money. The only difference between the guys that make money in this market versus the ones that don't is the patient game and understanding exactly the emotions of when to be buying and when to be selling. And now I can understand, whoa, okay, cool. So this business is getting ready. So let me start prepping that. Remember I said, always be a step ahead. It's the mental game. But then I can jump in and be like, okay, there's also a daily business. The daily business gets active twice a month. I can trade 2 times a month. So this can be more for my midterm growth of what I'm trying to do. I want to go to college. I need a computer. Amazing. Let me use the daily to get me a computer, because I need 3 to 6 months to get my computer. Fantastic. Here's the perfect time frame for you to do it. And this one gets ready at least once a month. So now you know what this one does. You know what the range is. And then what you do is, why do you think 𝗦𝗫𝗇 loves theta? Because we're going to attach the token that gives you the right percentages to make it achievable. Remember, it all comes straight back to the areas of understanding your step-for-step method. Let me just get this. There we go. Understanding the step. If I have a laptop, I have $100. It's $2,000 for my laptop. Amazing. You got the token, you got the range, you got all these things of planning. But the little simple thing that I missed throughout my whole journey was understanding this, that I missed the long term. I should not be buying anything long term on the monthly right now at all. It's too late. On the weekly, which means I'm out in 3 months, sure. It's there. It's ready to go. And the daily activates me once or twice to the up or downside. Then you can start zooming in. Okay, cool. I want to start making some grocery money. Well, I want to buy shoes. Amazing. The 12-hour, I'm happy to get my shoes in a month. Fantastic. The 12-hour business resets at least 2 to 3 times every month. So this business can offer you your shoes. As long as you're patient for that time, amazing. And then you got the 8-hour. This can be the more smaller things. In life, it may be spoiling your kids, maybe doing whatever it may be. These businesses reset all the time. And then you even get these businesses, the 15-minute business that resets every day. It gives you business opportunities every day. The only difference is when it gives you those opportunities, you're realistic with what range it's going to give you too. So for example, if I'm a day trader, okay, and I want to trade the 15-minute chart, realistically, it's going to give me 2 to 3% per trade. Now that with $100 doesn't mean much. Like it's okay. That with 100,000, amazing. Like that gives me exactly what I want. Okay. But I start to understand that this business can make things happen for me quickly. If I need something quick and I need it fast, I can get this business. And this may be the way that I can keep changing the world, guys. And the way that I can keep helping the world is if I stop taking from myself. But if I see someone that really deserves an opportunity and they really deserve something and I can create for them, that means the world to me, because I don't have to take it directly out of my pocket and I'm able to create for them. So in a day, I found someone that's really struggling and needs a shift in life. Okay, amazing. Let me deploy this on a short time frame. Let me get what you need. Now, don't let people take advantage of you over this too. Hide this secret that you're about to learn and this skill that keep it to yourself. It's there for people that need, but don't allow people to come in, because when you get good at this, people are going to want things from you. They're going to come, guys, and you can sit here and sit like, I'm being very honest. These are the hard things to survive. Trading is easy. Trading is very easy. Making money is very easy. And I'm being the perfect example of that. Things are just flying right now and they're about to fly so fast. Like, it is not hard. The first step was the hardest. Now it gets easy. It's the realness. It's the happiness. It's the love. It's the people that are around you. That's the hard thing. So if you want to be a success, go quiet. You don't have to prove anything to no one. You don't have to tell anyone that you even started trading, because they're going to just sit there and say, oh, it's a scam, it's suckers. They're going to turn you against your own vision. They're going to turn you against your own self. You need to get rid of them completely and go quiet. And I remembered that because when I got into that scam, they were right in the beginning, actually. But I was like, guys, you got to get into this coin. Like, we're in crypto. Yeah, the stuff's going to be amazing. And they all said I'm an idiot. And to be honest, a few months later, I was an idiot. But what it did do is it got me into crypto. It got me with the right people. And I said, when that scam happened, I said, I'm done. I got to impress no one. I'm going to sit on my computer for a year and I'm going to do this by myself. And the day I did that, it's a few years later, I'm a millionaire now. I live a beautiful life. And every single one of them phone me for jobs right now. And that's the beauty of it. Stop allowing them to come and destroy that within yourself. Go quiet. Because when it comes, just be true to who you are and don't allow people to take advantage of you. Guys, are you enjoying this lesson? Pop in the chat if you're enjoying this lesson. I'm coming a little bit from my heart. I'm in a good place. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the lesson. You guys make me very happy. Look at that. It's the real shit. Guys, my shows are going back to this. I'm going back to the original Sheldon, which was a kid that had no idea what he was doing, but he loved what he did and he wanted to change the world. My shows are going straight back to this. I found a big part of myself again. Yeah. Mom, you want to jump in? Say what's up. I just need a sip of water. I'll be back now, 2 seconds. Your messages mean a lot, guys.
Hello, everybody. I'm just having a look at the market here. Yes, it's going flat, hey, Jay, Craig?
Yeah, market's not good. It's so hard sometimes, but I noticed that when you're at the conference, apparently there was a lot less people this year than last year, but what you got to say is those people that are there are the true believers and the true hodlers and the guys that are truly going to make the money. Because you're learning the lessons, it's flat now for sure, but I mean, where do you get opportunities to enter at these low levels, But
isn't there the saying that the Bitcoin Miami conference normally has a huge dump? I mean, we did go down a little bit, but we didn't have the normal huge
Not like
dump.
last year. Yeah, not like last year. Yeah, but there's normally a dump down, but more than ever, to me, it's just that conviction in what we're doing, For the other people in the group, before I get to that question, please understand that every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. South African time, we have a live trading session where we go through setups. We look at our bigger picture of the market. We look at any trade setups we see for the day, and we answer a bunch of questions. That is invaluable time. The trades that have been coming through there over the past couple of weeks have been great. We've really nailed so many trades, and you've just got to sit and watch what the good traders are doing. Watch Dylan, watch Jason, watch the guys that are there, and slowly start learning from them, because you need practice. I mean, a lot of the questions this morning, I was like, how do I find what tokens to trade? Come there. I mean, we're going through whatever trades that are available. We've got them there. And if we haven't seen them, there's going to be a message is going to pop up in the chat, and we generally will have a look at the chart. So get over to that live trading session. It truly is an invaluable resource for what you're doing. But just seeing Vera's question here, where she's saying she paid $250 for e-gold over a year ago, and it's currently sitting on $40. What do I do? Do I cut my losses? Do I hold? Okay, please. So first lesson for me, a lot of people have been in this. And I think the big lesson to take away from this for the future for everyone that's here is you never want to be part of a big downturn. Like, why do you want to sit and hodl because you've got married to a token, or maybe you just never looked at it? But a lot of people get married. We always say, don't date it, don't hate it, just trade it, Don't marry a token and just believe the team and whatever. Look what happened to Celsius, Luna, FTX, etc. last year, which what we believed were good tokens. Don't look at what your charts are telling you. And in that particular case, very obviously, it's easy to say in hindsight, you should have got out a long time ago. But one of the things that when you're sitting in such a loss, it actually wears down on you. It's on your mind the whole time. It plays with you, You're carrying this guilt about staying in the trade. You're realizing how much money it was worth and what profit you had. And, it plays and plays and plays with you. And invariably, you'll end up getting out when the pain just gets that unbearable, And sometimes, like we were chatting with 𝗬𝗆𝗆 yesterday, he was saying like he just gets rid of that loss, because the minute he can get rid of the loss, okay, obviously it's not as deep because he's an experienced trader, it actually gives him room to actually think. So it is a difficult situation to be in, and I don't know the token and I don't know the charts. But like, for example, on a morning tomorrow live, we could analyze something like that, because maybe it is an accumulation zone. But often you sit and you think, I can't sell this because it's such a loss. And as I said on the live session this morning, it's like you're sitting on a sinking ship and there are rockets coming past you all the time. And sometimes you've actually got to get off of your sinking ship and onto a rocket to recover that, So there's lots to discuss about this. I don't know if you've got to add into it. But that's really a big, strong lesson that I wanted to bring through to the community that are here today, Yeah. So I hope you guys learned a lot from that bit of chat while Sheldon was away. Sheldon, I don't know if you want to just wrap up a bit there, bud.
Yeah, so guys, obviously today was just re-sparking, I think, the life in all of us and why we're here. So I love you guys all. In an hour, I'm on a flight. I think 2 hours from now, I'm actually on a flight. So I'm going to go try have a little bit of champagne, just take it all in one last time before I leave. I'm traveling for 2 days, then I'm back with the family, and you're gonna see a good version of Sheldon back on the shows. You're gonna see a good pumped up version of me coming back, and yeah. So I love you all. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Legendary
Travel
session.
safe, my child. Travel safe.
Love you, Mom. I'll be home
Love
soon.
you too, babe. See you.
Okay.
See you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Guys, if you have a look below this video, you will see the 3 steps you need to do in order to guarantee your spot. Stop wasting time. Register, get into the school, and I'll see you all at the first live event.